17s.
They'd last until he got in the car?
No.
No.
Well, he started the car.
With the
so.
factory 17-inch wheels, they warped
Less?
in the first hour.
Oh.
I could already feel them starting.
Under in the wet at reduced pace. They warped.
I was kind of pushing it into the corners pretty hard because
In the wet.
we couldn't get out of the corner.
Right.
But yeah, did that in the wet.
In the wet.
We're still warping in the wet.
Wow, that's a lot of heat being generated.
But I mean, when you guys took the temperatures, it was after
It sat
two or so minutes of it setting,
Yeah.
and I took a cool down lap coming in.
Yeah.
Because in my theory, they're warping during the pit stop.
When there's no airflow at all.
Let me tell you, it's sitting there, and it's got these big fat endurance pads sitting in one spot.
What can do that for that one?
Huh?
Is you're betting in those. You're betting those ones in.
Hi, doggy.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's warping in the pit stop.
Well, like I said, that was my original theory. But that was, I really don't know. I don't know what's going on. It's not like big, expensive brake kit. But that's my third solution down the line. Well, I got two more fuck around and find outs, and then I'm just going to go.
First one, I would put backing plate on it. Or backing plate or try different too.
Well, I mean, is the caliper getting hot at all?
Yeah, it's all pretty.
The
So, I mean-
caliper is normal, in my opinion.
So, I mean, you can see what temperature you're actually getting up to on track, and seeing if it's getting too hot.
I need to get some temp paint.
They make they make stickers too, but
Yeah.
Well, for the rotor, it'd be nice.
yeah. But if the caliper itself's getting to the normal temperature, like normal operating temperature of the caliper, you're still warping rotors. Wouldn't that look more towards not an airflow on track? As it's more of the like when you're not having at full speeds when you're warping them, right? Or do you want to really know the temperature on the pad surface while you're on track to see if it's really just the compound doesn't like the rotor?
At this point, because of what he
This
did
is a
with the other
different.
one?
This is a different compound we've run today.
So it was worse on this compound. More or less aggressive than what you've run in the past.
Hard to tell. Different company.
From what I see, more aggressive.
Santa.
Because
I don't know,
considering that those warped when you were betting them, is my big concern of
Where'd
the
you
pad material.
buy the rotors?
From what company is it?
Carbotech.
Okay, so it should be
Yeah, I've had really good luck with Carbotech in the past.
I've never had a
good. Yeah,
problem
then we're
with
too
carbon
aggressive. We're too aggressive on pads. I need to borrow you for a minute, sir.
Okay.
Find that man a chair.
He won't sit in it.
You may fall with it.
Well, the track will fix it. We have a good amount of pad left.
Great.
Yeah, no.
And what's the good for tomorrow?
Seems like it.
Alright.
We'll know tomorrow. Probably around midday.
Who's the second driver?
Likely Sean, I would guess.
Right after church, so we'll say a prayer.
Yeah. Dear Jesus, please let this clutch work.
I don't know. Get some minister or shaman or priest or something and bless the brake fluid going there. We can do that, yeah. Jesus. I'm trying to cover all the bases.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to leave anybody out.
No,
No, I appreciate everything you guys did today. Hope you got some good pictures in there. Can't wait to see them.
Hey, we'll see you guys all in the morning.
all right. Drive carefully. It's
I don't
kind of
think anybody's
foggy
staying
out.
too late tonight.
What time's driver's meeting tomorrow? 8:30.
8:30.
Sounds right. We got it written down. It sounds
Alright.
right off the top of my head.
So we'll have everybody mobilized by 8 since we already have to make 7. Won't be quite as early as yesterday.
Thank goodness.
That's a good thing
He
about my
complained a
driving
lot
wrench.
about how late I was this morning.
This morning was awful. I did not like it.
getting up or how late I was?
Yes.
Yeah. I was having an issue.
Yeah. That happens.
Hasn't quite resolved itself. Good as long as I'm innocent.
So you were having an issue getting up.
Wouldn't call it an issue getting up. I could get up.
It was an issue staying up.
It was more of a mobility issue. Functionality. Let's call it that. Yeah. I didn't have coffee this morning either. That was tough.
You realize people at my age have mobility.
Hey, you know what? We all have our issues, right?
I can't see color.
Yeah, yeah. I told him about this pink Volvo, and it was literally beside him yesterday. And he's like,
Yeah, I guess
"Which one?"
The transmission's on the other end. Transmission's on the other end on these. Wrong end. How do you can't get it fixed?
Yeah, it's much part of the problem. I'm directionally challenged. So I got a car that looks like it's going backwards or forwards. I don't know which way.
Yeah, they kind of
Yeah.
look close to the same.
Yeah,
6-1.
it's got two front ends.
I drive Porsches. I've got an 82 911 SC and a 944 race.
Does yours ever work?
I'm sorry.
Does yours ever work? Mine seems to be broken.
Well, my 911 has been on the lift for a year and a half. So,
That sounds
yeah.
right. Sounds right.
I was racing COTA with PCA Club Racing and lost the fan belt, air cooled on the back straight. By the time I got to the end of the back straight where the bells and whistles were going off, I'm like, okay, what the hell's going on? I eased around into the pits, and because it says it's overheating, it's an air cooled car, and so I pulled in there, and sure enough, the belt was laying over to the side.
Not
broken.
here.
And so I shut it off right
What do you
there
need?
in pit road during the middle of the race. I ran into my garage. I had everything I needed. Replaced the belt, fired the car up, and
It wasn't happy.
well, it ran good the rest of the weekend. During the hour and a half enduro to end the weekend, I raced, but I noticed about halfway through the race, my lap times were down 2 or 3 seconds, and I'm like, okay, it's warming up. It's the end of the weekend. The tires are getting tired, and I was like, that's what I just attributed it to. Then I pull into the garage after the race, and I'm like, I smell oil. And I opened the engine compartment, and my crankcase vent had been spewing oil for a while.
Oh.
And so I had blow by from the overheating it. It flattened the rings, and so I've been redoing that for a while. And when I had time, I was waiting on parts. Once I got the parts in, I didn't have the time to work on it. So it was like, yeah. And so anyway, but you started trying to talk to me when I was going out. You were asking me something about Saturday or something or another. I wear hearing aids, and in the race car, I've got earmuffs.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can't really understand you.
That's if everything was okay with the car.
Yeah, everything was
Just the
fine.
drivers changed.
Yeah, well, what we were doing, the batter's car.
Yeah.
We just finished replacing the motor.
Yeah.
And so I was also sleep deprived. And so we finished working on the car. Well, no, we didn't finish. We
This morning.
shut down.
This morning you guys finished.
Yeah, we shut down at 2 o'clock this morning and came back, took showers, and went to bed. And then after that, then we went back to work when the race was starting this morning. We slept until pretty much that time, and when the race was starting, we said, okay, let's go back to work. And we got it finished, and then we went out and just drove it this afternoon, just some shakedown laps to see. Okay, we did figure out that it seems like that motor we got is it's using a little bit of oil, so no problem. I told him, I said, well, what we got to do is when we do a driver change, we have to we put oil in. And now I have a question on that. Can we put oil in while we're putting a driver in? It's not fuel. Okay.
The as long as you're not fueling,
Yes.
you can do whatever
Yes.
you want. While
Okay.
the driver's getting
That's
in
what
and
I
out.
just wanted to make sure that we're putting liquids into it. We're
It's only fuel.
just
Fuel,
fuel.
fuel,
Okay.
it's
I just-
fuel by itself.
I'd rather ask a stupid question and get a stupid answer than not ask and hey, guess what?
What do you see?
But anyway, but no, we went out and shook the car down this afternoon. It's running good, but it
I'm
does seem to
wondering
be
if you
using a
get
little bit of
too much
oil.
pad buildup on it.
And
That's what
but
it
it was
looks
out
like
of a
on the
Miata
west
that had
side.
150,000 miles on it, but it was the
That's-
motor we could find within
I run my fingers along it,
2-hour
there's not
drive
enough
each
there to
way.
feel,
Yeah.
And
run the
you
whole
know,
across
we were able to
it. I
get
can't
something and
see
put it
any
in
sort
there
of
and run the rest of the
distinct
weekend.
wow in
So.
it whatsoever. The only thing
But,
that I can see
you know, it was a
that
long,
might be
tiring,
is a little
experience.
bit of additional pad buildup in some
To
locations.
do that, but you know,
So I'm wondering if
We'll
you've got
survive.
a set of pads that aren't liking the rotors.
we'll sleep when we get home.
What it
Well,
is.
the Paget's did it, and
But the bad thing was I got back last night and everybody was already settled in trailers. I'm like, fuck, what bed is open? I'm like, fuck it. I just slept in the, I was gonna explore and I just slept,
Yeah.
laid the seat back and they're over beating on the windows this morning, waking me up. Hey, you awake? Huh? No? Why are you waking me up? Because it's time for the driver's meeting. Oh, whoops. Okay.
It looks like the inside. So the inside of the face. It looks like the. It looks like the outside portion is doing a different amount of work than the inside portion. So you could, like, while hot, you could have a difference this way versus this way that's causing weird issues.
smooth or is it grooved?
Loose
No,
stuff
it's,
behind the wheel.
well,
more
it's
than
smooth. It's got buildup
Real
on
good,
it.
yeah.
But yeah, other than that, it's smooth. But yeah, he's right. You got some real good traction.
May not be the rotors.